There's a lot of brand trips that have happened over the years, from Tarte to Benefit to the drama-filled Dote Girls trips. But it's been a little while since these trips could take place, since the pandemic has happened. There's been a lot of travel restrictions, and brands just weren't doing trips like they once were. But it looks like they're back. And it kind of feels like it's a new concept to a lot of people. Now that TikTok is a huge thing, it's a new place where influencers invited on these big brand trips have to post. And for a lot of people on TikTok, I guess they just never knew that brands, especially like beauty brands, did huge trips like this. Because there's a ton of shocked and confused people by all of the money that Tarte has recently spent on influencers. Now, we'll get into some of the confusing aspects people have brought up because some of them are kind of valid, but trips like this have been around for a while, and you guys know we have talked about brand trips a lot. I remember the days where the beauty lifestyle girlies would all get to go to like Bali or Hawaii.
I am on my way to go to Fiji, getting on the plane. Oh my god, yes, honey. Good girl. Work that. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Ooh, cheers. Woo. Woo.
Kind of good lighting. Kind of good. Kind of the best.
Hey, look at my roomie. Look how pretty this is.
And they would post all these pictures from their trips with a hashtag like tripping with Tarte or something like that. And they would also get all of this free stuff. And I especially remember the Dote Girls because that included influencers like Emma Chamberlain, Ellie Thuman, Hannah Meloche. I mean, the Gerties were big back then, and the drama certainly followed their trips. I mean, Dote especially was called out for not being inclusive, and some influencers who attended their trips spoke out about how they were made to feel isolated or less than on these trips. And after that, they didn't really do much else, and I feel like everyone kind of forgot about the app. But these brand trips have always come with some drama. But this drama recently that we're about to talk about, it's really because people are confused about how these influencers are acting on these trips, the things that they're posting, and they're just confused that these trips are a thing at all. So to get into what's going on right now, Tarte recently invited a handful of influencers to go to Dubai, which is kind of crazy because I feel like after this trip became a thing, everybody and their mother decided to go to Dubai. I mean, Beyonce just had a secret performance in Dubai, like every celebrity ever is in Dubai right now. It's really crazy, but Tarte decided that they were going to go to Dubai, and it's been reported by The Cut that there were about 33 influencers just from the US that attended, and they were each allowed to bring a +1, which is crazy. I love that a ton of them did bring their mom as their +1. I thought that was so cute and something that I hadn't ever seen people really do in the past. I felt like it made the trip seem less, ooh, I'm an influencer, look at me and all my rich stuff and my bestie. It was cute that they had this amazing opportunity and they decided to bring their mom. I mean, well, some of the girlies brought their moms, not everyone, but I thought it was cute. Now, the part that started the shockers for the trip was that all the influencers flew to Dubai on Emirates first or business class. It's unclear which one they flew, but they got the lay down seats, and I mean, that is not cheap. And that wasn't the only thing that they splurged on. They were staying at the Ritz-Carlton in these villas, and each one of their villas included makeup, jewelry, and clothes.
Guys, welcome to my Tarte villa. Okay, so let's check out the bathroom first. This hotel is literally insane. It's bigger than my bedroom. This bathroom is bigger than my bedroom. This beautiful bathtub. Look at how huge this is. They gave us a ton of jewelry. I swear to God, Tarte does a whole shopping spree for each person every trip. It's insane. We each have his and her sinks, and they gave us like a ton of product here too. Shower is gorgeous. More clothes. And then the vanity of my dreams, every Tarte product you could ever ask for.
And according to The Cut, they were also given the opportunity to participate in activities such as camel rides, dune buggies, yoga, a pool party, and a gold-themed dinner party.
Get ready with me to go ride some camels. Let's style this dress for a gold themed party in Dubai.
Get ready with me to go ride Jeeps in the desert.
Guys, let's get ready for a pool party in Dubai.
We're going dune buggy riding. What is it? Razoring? I don't know.
So people were shocked by how much money the brand seemed to be putting in. And I mean, a first class ticket to Dubai on Emirates goes for like $20,000, and that's just for one person. So they were spending a lot. A lot. And people were wondering how this would all kind of encourage people to buy Tarte products by seeing influencers go on a luxury free trip. The entire trip was just getting so much hate on TikTok, and nearly all of the creators were facing some sort of judgment in the comment section of their video, which these trips aren't a new concept. And like I said, I just felt like a lot of people just had never seen a brand trip before, and they were just getting introduced to this. But I feel like that's kind of the point, is that these trips get so much buzz in general because they are so lavish and luxurious and over the top that it gets people talking about the brand. And especially for this trip being on a lot of people's For You pages and getting hate left and right, it's getting people to talk about Tarte even more, and that's probably what they really want. They invited a ton of influencers who are really big on TikTok: Alix, Earle, Meredith, Duxbury, Monet McMichael. These are just some of the people that were invited, and they all have like millions of followers. So that is millions of eyes that Tarte is technically paying for to see their products get used and their name being said. But the part that I do kind of agree with people on that is a little confusing and does kind of seem messy for how much money they spent on all of this is the fact that the girls didn't seem to have any sort of exclusivity with Tarte when they were posting videos from their trip. A ton of them were posting get ready with me videos, and they're promoting other products at the same time. They're using non-Tarte products in them and kind of messing up the names of Tarte products. And in one video, Meredith is literally saying how the Tarte bronzer just wasn't really doing it for her, so then she went and used a different bronzer.
Using the Tarte shape sculpt tape. That's what it is, you guys, the sculpt tape. Blend. Okay, I need to bronze a little more. We need to get the shade match going. Also, my eyes will not stop watering, and that's gonna be a huge problem. Okay, using Tarte Glow Rush in shade Sun Rush. That was a mouthful. Go to part 2.
And people were just shook in the comments. They were like, what is going on? Like, feeling bad for Tarte having spent all this money, honestly, and just confused that this wasn't in a contract somewhere and not understanding how this could have happened. And I mean, I guess good for Tarte for having these videos be authentic and not something that felt forced, where they're only using Tarte products because it's a Tarte trip and they need to fake it somehow. But it's interesting because they seem to do that in the past, where influencers on their trips are only ever using their products to get ready. But this certainly confused people because they weren't doing that. And maybe that technique wasn't working in the past. Maybe the feedback that they got in the past of people only using Tarte products, people didn't want to buy them because they felt like the reactions were not authentic and it felt fake, and that wasn't leading them to buy things because it just seemed like they were only using it because it was free. But if these girls are doing their whole full face and they're only using like a Tarte bronzer, maybe people are more inclined to buy that bronzer because they're like, this must be the best because this one they actually used.
Okay, one of the girls told me that this Energy blush in the shade Energy is a dupe for that viral Dior blush. Okay, let's see. I never tried the other one. It's so pretty though. Ooh. So the best thing about these trips is that Tarte hooks it up, so I always forget my makeup in like some type of way, and I just literally look around me and there's a whole makeup store here. This I've also really wanted to try. So it's like a nude eyeliner instead of white. This is by Tarte. It's called Fake Awake. Let's see. It is like similar to the white and has the same effect. It's just a little less white. I'm taking this home.
I don't know, but it certainly made people feel like these girls didn't even deserve to be on this trip because they weren't being respectful to Tarte by not knowing the names of the products and not using it for a whole look. Others made comments about why they don't just praise lovers of their brand with a trip like this instead, but unfortunately, I know it's because this is just a numbers game for them, and as much as that would be the best thing ever, the people who went on the trip probably wouldn't get Tarte the same kind of attention that these influencers can, and that's why Tarte is paying the big bucks to do this trip. And technically, when you sit down to actually do the math, it does kind of actually make sense for Tarte to do something like this because influencers are probably not getting paid to go on this trip. Typically, when there is a brand trip, that is their payment. This opportunity to go on this trip and get free things and do these activities, that's their whole payment. I know there are some cases where influencers will get payment on top of going on a trip like this, but I feel like these girls were not getting paid. I know that that is pretty rare. But the reason why I think that the math might be mathing here is because let's say with that price of the plane ticket being $20,000 per person, if each girl is getting a +1, I'd say this trip in total with everything that they're getting is maybe about $60,000 to $70,000, which yes, that is a ton of money, but recently it came out that Earle charges about $50,000 per TikTok brand deal that she does. And well, if she's on a couple days long trip with Tarte, she's going to post more than once. And they technically are just paying for the price of one video from her. And Alix posted about 15 times on TikTok on this trip. And that's just on TikTok. She posted on other social media platforms as well. And I mean, hey, we're talking about them right now, so technically the trip got them the attention that they probably wanted. And I don't know if that exactly will translate into sales for them because I don't think that the girls were exactly pushing these products for them that hard, but it definitely got their name out there and in a conversation in the last week and a half. So I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this, and if anyone has a perspective in terms of like marketing, let me know how you're feeling about this trip and how the girls were promoting the products. It's definitely one of the first brand trips, big brand trips in a while, so let me know if you guys have seen this on your For You page on TikTok in the past week in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.